6:36 here, Big 550 KTRS. Believe it or not, Scotland on September 18th is going to vote on whether or not they should become an independent country. What? America had to fight a war for its independence. Now, Scotland, all they have to do is vote for it. Mark Sutherland is with us, CCO of... What's the name?
Elasticity.
Yeah, that's a marketing firm, PR company.
PR marketing firm.
Yeah, and Scottish immigrant, a St. Louisan, and a friend of the show.
Absolutely.
And you brought with you here Donnie Jack is a Scottish Affairs Counselor to the Americas. Donnie, thanks for joining us here.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
This is kind of a big story. So what's going on here?
So in Scotland right now, and this has been going on and the conversation's been going on for a number of years, but on the 18th, the Scottish people will go to the polls, and they will decide through a peaceful democratic process whether they will stay part of the United Kingdom or whether they will declare independence and become an independent country.
Where is this coming from? Are they angry? Are they upset? I mean, why now? What's the motivation here?
So I think, there's no anger. I mean, this union's been around for 300 years, the United Kingdom, but Scotland, as it's developed over the years, and the Scottish people have looked at self-determination and whether they want to make the decisions for themselves. That debate has been going on both sides. And the 18th is when they will decide, probably for the only time in this lifetime, whether they're going to be independent or not.
Are you in favor? Where do you sit on it?
I will support the decision of my fellow Scots, because I actually don't get to vote.
You don't get to vote, and you don't care. You just support whatever the outcome is.
Whatever the outcome is, then I'm fully supportive of it.
Donnie,
and the polls are showing that it's pretty close, too,
it's
right?
It's incredibly tight. I don't know which way it's going to go.
Yeah.
So we're expecting 97% voter turnout.
England, 97% voter turnout.
97%.
Wow. England, right? That's the right term for the
southern
part. The southern part,
yes.
Right? England wants Scotland to stay. Is that fair to say?
That's the position of the UK government. They would like the union to continue.
Right.
And the people are going to get to decide, which is great.
Donnie Jack, where do you fall on all this?
My purpose in being here today, McGraw, is to promote Scotland as a business location. We feel we are one of the most attractive locations in Europe for businesses.
Now, one of the reasons I've heard that this is going on is because Scotland really has taken off in terms of their business, and that they've become much more independent, much more sustainable, and so therefore they can stand on their own 2 feet, which makes them feel like they can become their own independent country. Is that fair to say?
I think we have had a long experience of promoting business attraction to Scotland, and we have a unique combination of factors which give us a competitive edge. My government is wholly committed to encouraging economic growth, because they see that as improving the lot of the Scottish people, and their policies reflect that.
There's a lot of oil being found in Scotland and off the coast of Scotland, is there not?
Yes, Scotland has been leading oil exploration and production for over 40 years, yes.
Yeah. So what happens if they become independent?
So at that point, it's an 18-month negotiation process with the UK government, if that were to be the vote, and the terms of separation would be agreed upon, hopefully amenably.
Right. Pretty extraordinary, isn't this?
It's not. It's pretty much unheard of that you would see a country that would be moving towards potential independence, and like I said, the people will decide at the polls on the 18th. But in a peaceful, democratic process that will end one way or the other with a good relationship between either two countries that are now separate or two countries that are still part of one country.
Donnie, go ahead.
I was going to say, Donnie, how would this affect, though, if they did become independent? How would this affect the business climate of Scotland?
Well, I think that the referendum has to be viewed within the current cycle of elections within the United Kingdom, within Scotland. So we're halfway through the current session of the Scottish Parliament. So we have at least another 2 years of the same government in Scotland. So the impact in terms of business decision making, in terms of what the government's policies have been and continue to be, will be minimal.
Are you based here? Where are you based at?
I'm based in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. And you're out here to hang out with Mark? Is that the deal?
Yes, this is my first visit to St. Louis and indeed to Missouri.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, we don't have as good as bangers as hash as they do in Washington, D.C. But Mark, what do you think William Wallace is saying right about now?
He's not saying much because he's not been around for a while. And I mean, some people look at this independence, potential independence, and say, "Oh yeah, it's William Wallace revisited." It's really not. The issues are completely different. This
Right.
is simply a nation saying, you know, we want self-determination. We want to choose
Right.
whether we want to remain part of the UK. And regardless of what happens, like Donnie said, Scotland's a great place for business. It's going to be continue to be a great place for business and for people to have connections with culturally,
Right.
economically, and not a lot's going to change except for if Scotland was independent,
Well,
they control their international relations.
Would
more.
they join the European Union? Would they become a euro? Would they stay with the pound?
That's actually being debated right now. I know in watching some of the debates in Scotland that the preference is to keep the pound,
Right.
and that would be part of the negotiation should Scotland vote yes. If not, there are other options. The euro is an option. Their own currency is an option.
Right.
Using the pound as a floating currency is an option.
What about the border? Would you be able to just walk back and forth at the border?
It would be very open.
Very
again,
open,
Again,
yeah.
part of the negotiations, you wouldn't need a passport like most of Europe.
Yeah.
It's a free trade, free travel zone.
What
I
about?
gotta say,
Yes.
the most ingenious thing that you guys did, Scotland did, was when they had the Shetland ponies and the cardigans. That was the best PR thing. If that will get people to Scotland, I mean, seriously.
Yes, I mean, I'm all in favour of as many people coming to Scotland as possible. Yes.
Yeah, you wonder what's going to happen. Well, anyway, we don't have enough time. Mark Sutherland is a Scottish immigrant friend of the show. You guys still doing your fall Forest Park stuff?
We are. So September 26th and 27th, the St. Louis Scottish Games in Forest Park. Also, if people want to come and meet Donnie and hear from him tonight, he's at the Boeing Institute of International Business over at SLU. And information on both is at stl.scot.
STL.Scott. Interesting stuff. Donnie Jack, Scottish Affairs Counselor to the Americas, and Mark Sutherland. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Good to see you.
I would wish you good luck, but I don't know which way you're rooting, so I don't know what to. As an American who had to fight for independence from England, I don't know how to root for you guys. I don't know what you want. So,
Donnie over there.
well, right? Right? We had to fight our way out. They get to vote their way out. 6:43 traffic weather next on KTRS.